Unfiltered podcast coming to you Christmas Eve, 23rd December. How you guys doing? Doesn't even work right now. At night, going home, get some Chipotle, and just relax the rest of the night. Yeah. So, how you guys doing? Just chilling, driving around the car. Hungry as hell. Worked my ass off today. Worth it. And, yeah. What am I stalling for? Stalling. Did you guys watch that game last night? Jags and, was it Jags and Jets? Yeah, I think we definitely see the last of Zach Wilson in a Jets uniform. People say, "Oh, he's not out of the league now." Nah, he's too young. He's only 2 years in the league. He's not out of the league just yet. He'll get another. Excuse me. He'll get another job somewhere, probably as a backup, maybe another starting chance somewhere. But yeah, he's done in a Jet uniform. I know. Robert Saleh said, "Oh, we haven't seen last time yet." Yeah, please stop. Some of these head coaches are so fucking disingenuous. This safe thing, this cliche thing, just to make people feel better. And you're gonna likely bench him or go after another quarterback in offseason because you know he's lost his team already. And it's sad because the rest of the Jets roster is awesome. Like, I will take, as a Giants fan, I will take this Jets roster over the Giants any day of the week. Any day of the week. So, that's that. And I called 2 weeks ago. I'm going to say it again. Jaguars are going to win the AFC South. Okay? Win the AFC South. Titans are falling apart. Jags are heating up. Jags just need to win one more game. And then you got Week 18, Titans and Jaguars in Jacksonville. Oh, by the way, in case you guys forgot, the Jags beat Titans like a couple weeks ago in Tennessee. Yeah, Jags win the AFC South. The tides are turning. Yeah. Ryan Tannehill's out for the year. Malik Willis gets to start. We'll see what Malik Willis can do. They haven't really given him any opportunities to do anything. So you're going to tell me that everything falls on Derrick Henry, King Henry, to get the job done. And look, Derrick Henry is still one of the best running backs in football, but at what point do you say, okay, this, he's topped out? You need your quarterback to play well. And I don't know if Malik Willis is ready to, right now, to be the guy. Maybe next year, the whole camp, because I think this is also without even looking at Ryan Tannehill's contract situation, this is probably Ryan Tannehill's last stand in Tennessee. I'm sure they'll find a way to get on that contract if they can. Again, I say this not even look at the contract. No fact checking here. I don't fact check all the time. Well, at least on right here. Well, I won't right now. But in the immediate, the Jags win the division. It's over. For that. What else? For so many wrestling fans. Well, you know what? Let's stick to NFL quick. I got a wrestling thing to talk about real quick, but stick to NFL real quick. We saw the news yesterday. The NFL Sunday Ticket is officially coming to YouTube. Kind of cool. No more DirecTV. This is another stab in the arm or in the chest for cable television. Because what does DirecTV have now after this now? Now with DirecTV losing the NFL, the ticket's now on YouTube now. I mean, this is another win for streamers, for the streaming kings, for the streaming. Because now, sports was the last bastion of, okay, I have cable because sports. And if you lose the NBA, NFL ticket, and that's now exclusively now on YouTube, so I tell you, I guess the only thing left now to figure out is will this be stable enough service moving forward? Now, for me personally, I have YouTube Premium, I don't have YouTube TV. I would like to get the ticket at one point. I'm a New York Giants fan, so I like to get the ticket at one point. I just don't know if it's worth my money. I asked my brother a couple weeks ago if he would go halves with me on the ticket. Because we love the Giants fans. And he says, "Nah, I'm good. I'll continue streaming my legal service." I get it. The thing is, the problem is for me is that Well, that's not even a problem. It's actually a good thing for me. I live in the region where the Giants play a lot. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in South Florida. There's a lot of New York fans, a lot of New York standouts here. So the Giants, especially when they're good, get a lot of airplay here, locally, on Fox especially. So you'll see a shit ton of Giants games. I'm not including the Monday Night Football game, the random Sunday Night Football game, or Thursday Night Football game. It's also about like random. That's about regular 1 o'clock Fox Sunday or 4 o'clock Sunday on Fox. The Giants get a lot of airplay in this region, so it would be a waste of money for me to, I would say, to order the service. And honestly, if I want, let's say there's a game on, if there's a Giants game that's not on TV that 1 week, I can just, go to, I can go to, what was I gonna say? I can go to the bar and watch the game. You know what I mean? Obviously the only problem with that is I got to watch my kids, but other than that, you have those options there. But so I don't know. I don't think I would need the ticket just yet either. What I do wish is I wish they allow Red Zone to be available. Fucking A, man. I wish they made Red Zone standalone. You got to get Sling or Fubo TV or what is it? I think Hulu's in it now. Finally, in the Red Zone. Whatever service, you got to get the actual service as a gatekeeper. Serve as a gatekeeper to get to the Red Zone. Luckily I had a buddy of mine who gave me a hookup on Sling, his Sling, and I was able to watch Red Zone this year. Thank you, Jason, for that. And I paid him for it. I paid him to do it. I paid him to access for it. So, but that's 2023. Should be interesting to see how that plays out. Tomorrow, like I said, week 16 now. Week 16 in the books. Like I said, Jags Jets yesterday. We got 11 games tomorrow on Saturday. The big one, Cowboys Eagles. Not so big anymore because really both teams are locked into their spots. They're unofficially, officially locked into their spots. Eagles just need one more win next 3 weeks and then number 1 seed. The Cowboys are pretty much one more win. They're locked into the 5 seed in the NFC. But I will say this game is still, there's a lot of perception involved in this. I would say perception-wise, it's a big date for both teams. And so I think Dallas would like to come away with a win. This is from a mental point of view. Eagles, Jalen Hurts out for this game. Obviously, I get the feeling he would play this game if this game was a must-win. But because the Eagles are pretty much locked into the 1 seed, pretty much, and I said 99.2% chance. They got to lose out pretty much, and the Vikings have to win out for them to catch up. But smart move for the Eagles. I think. Look, I'm picking Dallas to win the game, but I think the Eagles win this game with Gardner Minshew at quarterback, and that's not a knock on Jalen Hurts. That's more so the fact that team is as balanced as hell. That team's just best balanced roster in all of football. I was talking to people about this earlier today too at work. For all the parity going on in the NFL, I'll say it again. There's really only five teams that I really could say could win a Super Bowl this year, maybe 6. And if you want to put your trust in Minnesota, 7. My Super Bowl bubble. My Super Bowl bubble right now is really 5 teams right now. I took Dallas out. Trust factor. That Jags loss was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Eagles, Bengals, Chiefs, Bills, Niners. End of the day, those are the 5 teams I can see winning the Super Bowl this year. You say, what about the Vikings? No. I don't trust them. They'll win a game in a playoff. They'll probably win a playoff game. Maybe 2, if you're lucky, depending on the matchup. But they're not better than San Francisco. They're not better than who was it? Philadelphia. Shit, they're not even better than Dallas. We saw that about a month and a half ago. 40-3 at home. Come on, let's go. So, but I think the Eagles doing the smart thing, letting Jalen Hurts sit out this game, rest him up for the playoffs. You know, but I will say Dallas is a kind of a peculiar situation though, because Dallas, you know, they could rest guys themselves, seeing that they're in the 5 spot. They're going to draw the easiest of the first round matchups against Tampa. You know, so Dallas is actually in a fairly decent spot here, and it'll probably more likely draw Philadelphia in the second round of the playoffs, depending if things shake out the way they're supposed to. And the one thing I'll give Dallas is that the familiarity may help their chances against Philadelphia in the playoffs. So Dallas, you know, they're kind of like not in the bubble anymore for me now, but they're kind of also a team that can very well enter back in the bubble very quickly. But they got to get their shit together. They do. Saw a report, was it yesterday? Or 2 days ago? That apparently Vince McMahon, WWE, Vince McMahon wants to come back. He feels like he was, basically the powers that be, the board, whatever, you know, probably should have waited a little longer for all these allegations to pass by. And he says the rumor is that he's itching to get back into the game again, and that whatever. Listen, the board's going to speak on this. I don't know if you've been watching the WWE stock price since Vince left or retired in July. Between July and I think like early this month or late November, it rose as much as 30 points. And the product is better without Vince there. Vince, but stay away, please. Vince McMahon will be smart enough. If he's smart, loves his company so much, he'll stay away. You know, we appreciate what he's done for the company for 40 years, and obviously he's, you know, when we did the send off on the Taste of Wrestling podcast and all this stuff, we obviously we discussed the personal things versus also what he's meant to people like myself, who continue to watch the product after all these years, and we appreciate Vince McMahon, but let's be real, his time has come and gone. And he's the product with Triple H right now with Hunter is, I have to say it's leaps and bounds better. I mean, we're now 4 months now, so it's August, September, October, November, 5 months now, and I got to tell you, the product's much better. I mean, the reception. Look, it's not to say Hunter is hitting 10s on everything. He's not, but at least we can say that if the product just feels fresh. And I also want to see how they land the plane with Roman Reigns and how they intend to run 2023. Will Roman be the champion beyond WrestleMania this year? It's coming WrestleMania next year, should I say? How will they split the titles when Cody returns? Probably in Royal Rumble, most likely. How they handle that. I want to see that done under Hunter, because Vince, the problem with Vince, I've said for years, and obviously his heart's in the right place, but he's just too fucking predictable. And he's too manic also, to the sense that he'll rewrite scripts like last minute, like he's doing Raw and SmackDown, and like the last minute rewrite the scripts, rewrite the angles. Like, stop! It's inconsistent. So Vince, I think those rumors are not going to play out. I think the shareholders are going to probably speak up and say, "Listen, you've been gone 5 months, and our stock prices rose 25 to 30 points since you've been gone. Keep your old ass out of here. Keep your old ass out of here." All right. Last thing before I go, I've been talking about MVPs and the NBA. Like, by the way, check out my new NBA podcast I do every week on the Huddle Up podcast feed. We drop every Wednesday, and I'm gonna keep expanding that show in a couple of weeks. I have more ideas for the show. I've been keeping the show very short and sweet, but I may add more things to the episode as the weeks go on. But one thing I missed, I wanted to talk about. I have a chance to talk about on that pod. Maybe I'll probably elaborate more next week. Nikola Jokic has a real good chance of actually three-peating for MVP. He really does. He's having a fantastic season right now. Denver, I believe, as this recording, might be number one in the Western Conference too. Also, I'm gonna check that right now as I'm driving, which is not really safe, but I'll get it right. Denver. I'm sorry, Denver's the 6th seed. No, this is last year's. No, what am I doing? This is last year's. No, Denver's number one in the West, isn't it? Let me check this out real quick. I want to get this right. That was right. Denver Nuggets are number one in the West right now. Now, you want to see him, now he made the conference finals not last year, 2 years ago in the bubble against the Lakers. So obviously you want to see the next step for Nikola Jokic. What's the next step? I don't know, he's having a great year. Like we talk about Tatum this year, we talk about Giannis and those guys deserve to be in the conversation. Zion, those guys deserve to be in the conversation. But Nikola Jokic may have a real good chance of a three-peating here. Now, I don't know if voters are going to do that this time around. But I was impressed about Jokic this year is that he's doing this with Jamal Murray not playing very well right now off injury from last year. Michael Porter Jr. is still in on the lineup, and he's actually elevated his team. So if Denver is the top 3 team in the Western Conference this year, I mean, he won it last year as Denver being the 6th seed. Now, under similar circumstances, not as much dire as last year, because Murray is there, and Michael Porter Jr. is kind of there, but not really. But they can win it, being the top 1 or 2 seeds in the Western Conference, or even 3 seed in the Western Conference. I can see Jokic winning MVP again for the 3rd time. Now, you would like him to actually go deep in the playoffs and maybe possibly the conference. No, forget the conference championship, NBA Finals. But I'll tell you, the West this year it looks wide open. The Warriors are still struggling. No Steph, especially too. Even the Grizzlies. Every team in the Western Conference right now is vulnerable. So the door is wide open for anyone to get over. Wide open. Like, you can argue that the best teams in the league right now are still in the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee and Boston. So it's wide open in the West. So, I mean, Jokic has a good chance anybody to three-peat for MVP. So, anyway, I'm done. I'm almost home. I'm going to go home and I ordered a quesadilla and a steak bowl. So, I'm going to enjoy my rest of my night. It's getting a little chilly tonight. It's supposed to be cold this weekend here in South Florida. So, again, Earnest and Unfiltered podcast. We'll come back to you maybe after the holidays. We'll see. Maybe after the holidays we'll do that. So, talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Take care. God bless. See ya.